human beings learn. Human beings learn through own efforts. The learners learn by their own efforts. It is not possible all members of a group can learn, but they needs at a time at a time the group learners may learn. यहाँ रख दीजिए उधर, ठीक है, मैं पीछे पीछे go back. So here every individual is unique. That means individual difference. What does it mean? Individual difference means it differs from individual to individual. So all the individuals have no unique method by which they can learn. Therefore, individual or different students, they adopt their own strategy for their self-learning. Self-learning encourages independence from the teacher. In self-learning, what happens? The teacher is totally outside. It does not mean the teacher will remain outside the class, but remaining in the class, the teacher only is to guide the students. Whether the students they are busy in self-learning or not. बुझियोस् त गायत्री हेलो
Yes,
हेलो
sir.
बुझि नले पचारिबो. So now we'll discuss what are the characteristics of self-learning. Self-learning emphasizes on learning rather than teaching because it does not encourage teaching, it encourages learning. Because as the learners they learn by their own pace, therefore learning is more emphasized. Recognizing individual differences. Individuals are uh, different from each other. Therefore, separate individuals, separate learners, they adopt different methods of teaching. They adopt the different methods of learning. And in self-learning, active participation of students, it is more. And here, there is also the provision of feedback and evaluation. Here, in self-learning also, the students, they themselves provide feedback, and also they know that to what extent they have actually learned, how much they have learned, the concept or the subject matter which they have learned, whether it is up to their satisfaction or not. This is the evaluations of the students' own learning. The students they can feed themselves that when they are unable to understand the subject matter, for the second time they can they can learn the subject or the content. What is the advantages of this self-learning? Students learn more effectively because they are actively participating in the session, in the learning. It develops critical thinking and it enhances communication skill and self-reliance. That means the students who learn through their own effort, they have more self-reliance. You know that IGNO students, they have more self-reliance than the students who learn in regular classes, because the IGNO students they have more reliance. Therefore, they learn and understand the subject matter. Another advantage of self-learning is that it prepares to face the problems in their lives. How to face the problem? This self-learning also prepares them. Learning is more enjoyable. Learning is more enjoyable, and whether the students they are learning or not, the teacher cannot say. The students who are learning, who are engaged in self-learning, they can know that to what extent I am understanding, to what extent I have gathered, I have acquired the subject matter. These things the students they can know. And now we will discuss the what are the different types of self-learning. What are the different forms of self-learning? There are two types of self-learning. One is more structured self-learning, other is less structured self-learning. କିଛି କିଛି ଲେଖୁଛ ନା? କିଛି କିଛି ମଝିରେ ମଝିରେ ଲେଖୁଥବ। ହ୍ୟାଲୋ
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍।
ହ୍ୟାଲୋ, ହଁ ମଝିରେ ଟିକେ ଟିକେ ଲେଖିବ। ଠିକ ଅଛି, ନ ବୁଝିପାରିଲେ ମତେ ପଚାରିବ। ଆଚ୍ଛା, types of self-learning. There are two types. One is more structured self-learning and other is less structured self-learning. Under more structured self-learning, the examples are program learning instruction, personalized system of instruction, which is known as PSI, personalized or individualized system of instruction. And third one is computer assisted learning. All these come under more structured self-learning because it is in advance planned how to learn, how to engage themselves. This is the first type of self-learning. And another less structured self-learning is that project work. Project work comes under less structured self-learning. Here, I will first discuss more structured self-learning. First category is programmed instruction learning or programmed instruction or programmed learning. Program learning, what is that? Learning associated with satisfaction. Suppose you are suppose you are learning some paragraph and there are some questions and the questions are given by some answers one by one. If you are able to answer one question, then automatically another question that is confronted before you, and if you are giving the right answer of that particular question, then you can go ahead. If one is unable to give right response or the students they give the wrong response, then the students wrong response, in order to modify this, the more information is given. This is the programmed instruction, and here satisfaction in the form of reward. Reward means when you are giving the right response, automatically you are to go ahead. If you are not giving right response, automatically feedback is given there. And this program learning instruction, it was devised by Presley in the year 1926, and the idea behind it, that means this program encourages the students learning. very effectively. And this program learning instruction that I will discuss, there are also different types of program learning instruction. One is linear program learning instruction, other is branching programmed learning or program instruction. And in both the cases, the subject matter is discussed. And another type of program learning is also there. That is mathematics used for programming behavior. Now, I will discuss first, that is linear style or linear type of program instruction. What is linear? And this is given by Skinner, B.F. Skinner. It is also otherwise known as Skinnerian style of programmed learning instruction. Here what happens in program learning instruction, subject matter is broken into small pieces. That means a subject matter is divided into small parts and it is presented sequentially. That means a big subject matter, big topic is divided into subunits. And after learning one unit, then another unit the students learn. And if the students, how they can go ahead? Suppose the students, they are unable to understand the first unit after learning. They are not able to answer the questions. If they are unable to answer the questions, the wrong responses are there automatically in linear style programmed instruction. Why the wrong responses are there, and for this feedback provision is there. The students get feedback from this linear style of programmed instruction. The programmed instruction is so designed and arranged that the students' errors are kept to minimize, as a result of which the students will be able to learn the topic and they know their errors and they can go ahead. Here, the correct responses are there. The students are not allowed, and these correct responses are hidden. Correct response रहिथिबो ताकू स्टूडेंट देखिबोनी प्रथमे जदि तार किछि ठीक आंसर मिलिगला से तापरे नेक्स्ट यूनिट पढ़िबो जदि किछि रॉन्ग आंसर देला ताल से काहे कि रॉन्ग हैला कोन पाए रॉन्ग हैला ताकू फीडबैक प्रथमे नबो तापरे then he can go to the next topic or next unit. And programmed instruction here is very important for self-learning. And this is all about programmed instruction, linear style. Then we'll discuss what is the branching style. In branching style of programmed learning, that you see that the student, they are committing mistakes. It is not obvious that we cannot say the students are not committing mistakes. They are not committing errors. So the errors in branching style, I am telling about this. and this is developed by Norman A. Crowder. Norman A. Crowder. Norman A. Crowder has developed this branching program learning, and here he has given the idea that in branching uh, in the branching style, the students they they are given some information with multiple type questions. The content is given and the multiple type of questions are given. The answers, multiple type answers are given. So in this branching style of program instruction, ଶୁଭୁଛି ନା? ହ୍ୟାଲୋ, ମଝିରେ ମଝିରେ ମତେ ଟିକେ କହୁଥବ। ହ୍ୟାଲୋ ହ୍ୟାଲୋ, ହଁ ମଝିରେ ମଝିରେ, ହଁ ମୁଁ ପୁଣି ଜାଣିପାରିବିନି କଣ ଶୁଭୁଛି କି ନାହିଁ, କି ନେଟୱାର୍କ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ହଉଛି। ଠିକ ଅଛି। In branching style, by whom it was developed? Norman A. Crowder. Norman A. Crowder. He gave a students proceed. ये कौन प्रोग्राम स्टाइल, ब्रांचिंग स्टाइल ऑफ प्रोग्राम इंस्ट्रक्शन कौन? The students proceed through such a program following different routes or branch. ब्रांचिंग, ये ब्रांचिंग टा कौन होची? ब्रांचिंग आमे जो प्रोग्राम लिनियर प्रोग्राम कौन सीधा क्वेश्चन रो उत्तर दे पालानी. If the students they are unable to answer the question, then he can find the students they can find their some cues for wrong answers. Then again they can go to feedback. By this process they learn. In branching style, students proceed through a program following different routes. That means different routes means a branching different routes. The care is taken to ensure that they understand each point before they proceed to the next. Some questions are given and its answers are given in multiple choice. If the students they are unable to answer, and what are the right responses? In branching style, it is given. There are similarities and differences between linear and branching style. Similarity, what is the similarity? What is the difference between these two? In branching style, the student is presented with the multiple choice questions. But in programmed learning linear style, the students are not given multiple choice questions. And in branching style, the students they are to select the correct response. In programmed instruction of linear style, the students they are only recall the answer. Here in branching style, the students are given multiple choice of questions, answers. So, hello. Hello. Then, if the students here, what happens in branching style? The students they are routed through branch according to their response. In this style is based on explanation and reasoning. in here in branching style, the students are given explanation and reasoning. Therefore, it has been more effective with brighter students. The brighter students, they have more choice for this particular branching style of program instruction. दीटा भितर कौन डिफरेंस आसीगला भले ठीक जानि पारला तो हेलो हेलो डिफरेंस कौन
ଆଜ୍ଞା
जानि
ସାର୍
पारला तो हां ये आउ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
डिफरेंस अच्छा देन वी विल डिस्कस दैट तमर तो बहुत स्टेप गुडा अछि से स्टेप गुडा मु डिस्कस कर दुची एखनिका जोटा कि हमें stages for development of a programmed learning material. Whenever the programmed learning that is to be adapted, the program learning material that is to be prepared first. Otherwise, program learning cannot take place. What are the stages for developing program learning material? प्रथमे आमे कौन करिबा प्रोग्राम लर्निंग इंस्ट्रक्शन पूर्वरु आमे ताकू आमे केतेटा स्टेप देकी जिबाक हबो. What are these steps? First step is that the planning and preparation of the program. Second step that is the writing of the program. Third step, evaluation of the program. Whenever we want to prepare a program learning material for program learning instruction, we first should have to go on different steps. First step is planning and preparation of the program, how we can prepare the program learning material. So first एथिरे कौन कौन करिया पड़िबो. First, selection of a topic. Selection of a topic is very important, and selection of topic depends on the style of programming. Depends upon the type of programming. The topics is very important for program learning. Second ये सब प्लानिंग राष्ट्रीय तापर find out the characteristics of target population. Means what? This program learning, to whom it will be applied? To whom it will be applied? My question is, program learning, to whom it will be applied? सोनाली जो प्रोग्राम लर्निंग ता तैयारी होची मटेरियल कहा ऊपर अप्लाई हबो. हेलो कहा पर अप्लाई हो. हेलो हेलो
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍
कहा ऊपर अप्लाई हबो. ये लर्नर सेंटर ना लर्नर सेंटर रे हमें डिस्कशन करछे ना कहा पर अप्लाई हो. अरे लर्नर ऊपर अप्लाई होबनी. हमें जो प्रोग्राम लर्निंग इंस्ट्रक्शन मटेरियल दैट विल बी प्रिपेयर्ड program learning material that will be prepared by the teacher. First is topic is selected. Second, the target group. Who is the target group? The students, learners. When the teacher targets the learners, the age of the learner, gender of the learner, interest of the learner, intellectual level of the learner, cultural background of the learner should be taken into consideration. जो पिला मानक पई आमे प्रोग्राम लर्निंग इंस्ट्रक्शन तैयारी करछे ताकर एज देखिबा, इंटरेस्ट देखिबा, जेंडर देखिबा, इंटेलेक्चुअल लेवल देखिबा, इंटेलिजेंस, एक्सपीरियंस ताकर देखिबा, से केते सब पढिचंती आगुर किछि पढिचंती, कल्चरल बैकग्राउंड देखिबा. दिस इज वेरी इंपोर्टेंट in planning stage when program learning material is being prepared. Then a planning stage I am discussing, undertake task analysis of the topic to be programmed. Whenever the teacher fixes a particular topic, the teacher should know that the students, they will analyze themselves. Analyze means what? They will think more about the particular topic. Then specifying instructional objectives. The instructional objectives that should be fixed by the teacher. Before preparing the program learning material, the uh, specific instructional objectives that should be fixed, and taking all these instructional objectives, the teacher develops the learning material. Then writing criteria questions, and this program learn when the teacher prepares the program learning material, what type of questions that will be set for the students, that the teacher should prefixes, and the teacher's question, and that will be administered over the students for evaluation. All these things they should think, the teachers, they should think in planning stage. And another important thing is that the teacher should arrange each topic in a sequential order, in a logical order. This is what comes under this first step, planning and preparing the learning material. बुझिएला तो? Second, after completion of planning and planning stage, the second step is writing the program. After deciding all these things, what are the objectives, what is the topic, what is the target group, all these things, first it is to be decided by the teacher, and how questions are to be prepared, what type of questions they are to be prepared, and what will the instructional objectives, and all these things are prepared in planning stage. Then in second stage, first stage planning, second stage writing the program. After planning all these things, the teacher will decide the style. What style the teacher will tell the students? You know the styles, two styles are there, two types, important types, that is program learning instruction, linear program, or branching. Which type will be more beneficial for the students, that the teacher fixes. First the teacher decides the style, and in this writing the program, the teacher also is to adapt some more important sub steps. Introducing the frames. Introducing the frames means some information or experience of the learners, whether they have or they have not. The teacher should think about it. That is the previous knowledge, whether the students they have or not. Here, second sub step of this writing the proposal is writing the program is teaching frames. Teaching frame means it provides new knowledge to the students. Teaching frame means what topic is to be taught. This is the teaching frame. And third sub step is practice frames. That means the students, they will practice the content. That means they provide opportunity to the teacher can provide opportunity to the students to practice what they have learned from teaching frames or from teaching frames. जो टॉपिक दिया जाउची से कौन सेतरु कौन केमती प्रैक्टिस करिवे it is very important. And then fourth sub step is testing frames. Whether the students, they are to be stated or not, they are to be tested or not. This is very important. They are to be tested. Therefore, the teacher develops some testing material, or that is questionnaire, to assess the knowledge gained by the students about a particular topic. And here what happens, some clues are given. That means irrelevant matter should be avoided. Whenever testing frame, the teacher prepares some cue, that means clues should be given in order to get the right answer. But irrelevant question should not be given. And learning material is to be presented sequentially, and feedback is given. This is very important. And for here, while sequencing the material, when the teacher prepares program learning, the sequentially prepare of a material is very important. And the teacher should provide rule example approach. One is rule example approach, and another is the example rule approach. What is rule example approach? Here, in rule example approach, the rule or principle is presented by the followed by the example. First a rule example means first a rule comes, then example comes. So this is one way of sequencing materials, learning materials. This is rule example and example rule. Another is prompt or cues. Some cues are to be given for the students' benefit, for the students' better understanding. The answers of the question, that should be given some cues. That means some clue should be given. This is the way, these are the ways by which the materials are prepared sequentially. And the second step has been completed. Next, third step, that is editing the program. When all these things are ready, planning is ready, and the second one, what is second one? Writing the program, that is ready. Then comes editing the program. Then editing means typing the program. After readiness of the draft, then editing is is progressed. So these three steps are very important for preparing programmed learning material. And next step that is evaluation of the program. how how evaluation of the program can be conducted. After writing after writing the program, evaluation begins. Then the students are supplied after preparation of the program learning material. The students are then given and evaluation starts. This is this program learning instruction that is tested individually, that is tested by small groups, and also by field testing. Three types of testing. Testing. The evaluation, that is evaluation in evaluation stage of the program learning instruction. First is individual testing. Individual testing means testing is done one-to-one basis. That individually the students, they can test their, here the teacher will not evaluate. The students, they themselves evaluate, because this is input alternative learner controlled. The teacher here, in learner controlled, the teacher's role is very minimum. Therefore, whatever the business that starts, everything is done by the student. But the teacher prepares the learning material. In individual testing, the good rapport with the student, that is taken place. That means one student can interact with other student. Not one student will interact with a group of students. As because this is individual testing, therefore the student, they can have a rapport or interaction with other student, one to one. One student can talk with other student. Between these two individuals, the individual testing that is conducted. And a small group. Here, evaluation also takes place in small group. Small group is consisted of 5 to 6 students, and the teacher only is to guide the students. I have told you that in learner center, in learner controlled or learner centered input alternative, the teacher's role is minimum. And here, in small group, the students are administered a pre-test and post-test. So, whenever the programmed learning material is given, the teacher administers a pre-test before giving the learning material. The students are tested, and after learning by the student, the post-test, it is done. So after pre-test and post-test, the data are analyzed. What are the lacuna for which the students, they have not secured good marks? These are the different evaluation procedures. And third one is field testing. That means the students should be exposed outside the classroom. That means it administers to a large group of target population. And suppose suppose sometimes what happens, the institution arranges some field work, project work, or some exhibition outside the school campus, or and this is all about for the higher education students. So from field testing, when the students they go outside the college campus, they can be able to get knowledge. So these are the different evaluation procedures. First procedure of evaluation, individual testing, small group testing, and field testing. In case of field testing, the students they form a large group, and after field visit, the students are advised to submit some report which is evaluated by the teacher then. And this is what we say the programmed instruction evaluation of the program. Now, what are the advantages? What are the benefits of programmed instruction?
Some
So now, what is, hello, 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 hello. ठीक ना
Aଜ୍ଞା sir.
मझिरे मझिरे कहू कहीं लाइन फाइन कौन कटि जाउथो बाय चांस programmed instruction. What are the advantages of programmed instruction? It provides individual instruction, individual in that the learners they get more benefit from individual instruction, and it builds a scope, it prepares a scope for student participation. Student participation is more, and feedback facility is also given. Feedback facility is given for wrong answer, and it develops in small steps, because the programmed instruction material is given briefly in small steps. Whenever the students they are unable to understand a small unit, they can again learn, and they can again get the feedback from the learning material. And another benefit is that it is utilized for any level, in case of primary level, in case of secondary level, in case of higher level. And it helps for remedial learning, and the students difficulties can be found out. The programmed learning instruction develops higher cognitive abilities. Why? My question is why the higher cognitive level of the students it is developed. कौन होगा आंसर? आंसर कौन होगा? Why it develops higher cognitive level of the students? Because कौन होगा आंसर? आंसर कौन होगा? गायत्री, मधुस्मिता, सोनाली, रीना, वो हेलो अरे मो आवाज सुबुच ना? हेलो हेलो हेलो
Yes, sir.
हेलो
Again, sir, out the question.
ये काहे होची? Because they learn by their own effort.
So, Bhuni
ଗୋଟେ
clear.
ଟପିକ ବୁଝିବା ପାଇଁ why instruction develops cognitive level of students. Why? Because of self learning. ଶୁଭୁଛି ତ ଏବେ? ହ୍ୟାଲୋ ହ୍ୟାଲୋ
Sir, clear ଆସୁନି।
ହ୍ୟାଲୋ ଆଚ୍ଛା ଠିକ ଅଛି ଠିକ ଅଛି। ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଶୁଭିଲା କି? ଟିକେ
Okay.
ଝରକାଟା ଖୋଲିଦିଏ। ଠିକ ଅଛି। My question is that ଶୁଭିଲା ଭଲ କି? My
Again.
question is that ହଁ ଶୁଭିଲା ଦେବେ? ହଁ My question is that why program learning instruction develops the cognitive level of the students. The reason is that the students they utilize their own effort to learn. This is the reason. This is all these thing about program learning instruction. And then what is personalized? Second one is personalize the system of instruction. Personalized system of instruction is another type of self-learning technique which emphasizes individualization of instruction in higher education. It is according to the need and ability of the students. Each student is given as an individual by another person, that is face to face, one to one, in spite of the fact that the class may number 100 students. Responsibility of the teacher in meeting goals. Here what happens? Personalize the system of instruction. कौन होची? Teacher classroom, the teacher's role is somewhat different. Students are given program text to read. The teacher only is to supply the programmed text, programmed material. The teacher guides whether the students they are reading or not. And also for personalized system of instruction, the students they can utilize their effort. In the library, they can consult the library books, and students' performance is frequently reinforced, and feedback is also given from time to time. This is the personalized program or system of instruction. Students are provided with prepared assignment which the teacher prepares. It includes questions, exercises. The students are told to learn and to get the answers personally. The assignment is given to the students in personalized instruction. The students work on one unit only. Here in programmed instruction, what was the provision? There, the provision is that one unit, when it is completed, then the students, they can go to the second unit. But here, in individualized or personalized system, what happens? The students only read one unit. And whenever the students are facing difficulty, the feedback is given by the teacher. If required, feedback from the teacher. If the students they have not progressed, again the students are told to restudy. No punishment is given to the students here. Application of multimedia approach such as written materials, film, computer or tape recorder, these are to be also used. And this is personalized system of instruction. What are the benefits? The benefits, it increases retention. More retention power is developed. Why? Why? Why more retention power is developed among the learners? Why? Gayatri, Sonali, you give the answer of my question. Why more retention power is developed in case of programmed, in case of personalized system of instruction? Hello, hello, hello.
Okay, sir.
Kahiki? Answer दियो. Because films are used, learning materials are used, computer is used. ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମର जो 5 सेंस organ ଅଛି, 5 सेंस organs ଯେତେବେଳେ एक organ ରୁ सेंस organ ବହୁତ सेंस organ यूज ହଉଛି, ସେତେବେଳେ ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ମନେ ରଖୁଛି. ଜଣେ ଖାଲି ପଢିବ ମନେ ରହିବନି, ଦେଖିବ ପଢିବ ମନେ ରହିବ, ଲେଖିବ ଆଉ ମଧ୍ୟ ତାକୁ କଣ କରିବ? The students, when they can use their more sense organs, then they can retain the topic more. This is the personalized system. And computer assisted instruction. Sometimes program learning material is given through computer, and computer helps to learn, and computer helps to get information, and it provides information to the students. And all these are the more structured type. Another type, that is less structure. Less structure means project work. What is project? What is project? A project is a significant practical unit of activity. Project means the students, they can be engaged in some kind of activity from which they can learn more, because self learning helps in this type of less structured instruction. What is the aim of the project work? Knowledge, skill, personal attributes, all these things are developed. Knowledge is developed, skill also. Whenever they do some kind of activity, the skill they develop. And the skill, communication skill also will be developed. When in project work, what happens? the students they do in group. That means group learning, or this is more the small group. Small group, in small group, the students learn. Whenever they face some difficulty, and the group members they discuss, and their doubts, other students doubt, that is cleared. And this is the project work. And the project work, what are the different steps of project work? Laboratory work is a project work. Field work is also a project work. Library work, it is a project work. All these things are the examples of project work. And that this project, there are various steps of project work. And first, before starting, the role of a student in project work. Before starting the project work, first, what should be the role of the student? First, these are the steps. First, planning the stage. First step of project work is the planning stage. That the student should have a clear idea of objectives of the project. Project कौन objective planning stage रे से स्थिर करिवो. In case of ambiguity, in case of the students they fail to get the objective and criteria of the students also they can take the help of the teacher. Planning stage रे आउ कोन करिवा? Understand the scope and limitation of the project. आमे को जागा को आमे प्रोजेक्ट बा कहा को नहीं आप प्रोजेक्ट करिवा. तापरे design a suitable plan and arrange the task in a sequence order, and it should be well done by discussing with the teacher in various aspects of planning. This is the first planning stage of project work. Next is implementation stage. Implementation stage, after planning the project, how can it be implemented? And under this stage, the student is to collect बर्तमान कौन जी प्रोजेक्ट केमिति करिवा काम. This is the executive stage or execution stage of project work. First collect the आमे जहा जहा करिवा ताको आमे लिखिबा. Collect all necessary information, and also which method will be suitable for project work, and which is the resource, whether it is available or not. आमे से जगह को जीवा, आमे से ही प्रोजेक्ट करिवा जो प्रोजेक्ट पाई रिसोर्स सब किछि मिल जाउ थबो. If resources are not available, then we can change the project. मने करो आम आख पाखरे जो प्रोजेक्ट दिया जायछि सेति पय आमे किछि डाटा कलेक्ट करिया पय असमर्थ. So that project should be changed. After and another thing is that the time schedule. What time is necessary for completing the project work. Therefore, time factor is very important. It should not be done for a long period. This is what we say the execution. Execution माने हमें प्रोजेक्ट टा केमिति कले कोन कले से हिसाब रे हमें प्रोजेक्ट काम आरंभ करिबा। थर्ड स्टेप इज रिपोर्टिंग stage. What we have done in second stage, everything is to be reported in detail. The information which we get, we can take it and we can write, and conclusions should be drawn. Conclusion should be drawn, and a report should be prepared and submitted to the teacher. This is the project work, different steps. Now we'll discuss group controlled learning experiences. Group controlled learning experiences means the students they facilitate the development of higher cognitive abilities and affective attributes. A group in a college classroom comprises of more number of students. Therefore, within a very more number of students, how it is to be controlled, that the teacher's role is very important. The teachers only, from the beginning I have told you, that teachers, they work as a manager, they work as a guide, and therefore the teacher's work is minimum. Here, what are the techniques for group controlled learning experiences? That means the techniques are discussion. The students, they can discuss. Second is how to discuss, that should be organized systematically, and they should the students, they should have instructional potentials. Means what? How they can engage themselves by Booj section. Booj section means for question answer section, that group of students, they should sit together, and questions are put to the group. If one group is unable to give the right answer, then second group is given chance for providing right answers. And here in Booj section, the students' intelligence level is developed. This is the one of the techniques. And third technique is tutorial session. Tutorial session means the students, they need guidance from the teacher. This is the tutorial system. Even if the students they do not understand in the normal classroom, the students need tutorial session. And tutorial session, that is very essential for the students in order to clear the doubts from them. Another technique is debate discussion. In debate, what happens? The topic is given, they prepare themselves, and the students are allowed individually or group wise for discussion. This is the This is all about it. And another of technique is seminar. Seminar means the topic is given in advance. The students, they prepare themselves and they present the paper in the group before the audience. The teacher will remain present. This is the seminar. And then another technique is that symposium. Symposium, in symposium, suitable, it is very suitable for teaching topics, and it is beneficial for the learners to discuss among themselves. Here in symposium, what happens? The difference between symposium and seminar is that in symposium, selected students are given chance. Selected students are some students, brilliant students, they are selected for discussing on a particular chapter. And the teachers also, they are selected. In seminar, all the students, if they want to take part on a particular topic, then it is the seminar. Seminar re kon hochi? Symposium re kon hochi? Symposium re good students are selected by the teacher. All the students are not given chance, but in seminar, all the students, they can get the chance to discuss on a particular problem. Another thing is that another technique, that is panel discussion. In panel discussion, many people, they sit and the questions are being put by the panel and the students, they answer. This is also one technique. Another technique is brainstorming. Brainstorming means it is useful for developing creative abilities of the students. The creativeness is developed in brainstorming. This is one of the techniques also for learning. And all these are the techniques. And now we'll discuss that another technique, that is simulation through role playing. Role playing means role playing. The students, they play a particular role. The students, they can act as a role model, and this develops many skills like decision making, communication, interpersonal relationships, and other composite skills. Simulation through the role playing means the students, they act as a role of a particular person. Suppose the teacher is teaching about Akbar. So the student, they should act as Akbar. How Akbar talks, how the Akbar behaves. Like this, the students have to play the role. Next, cooperative learning. What is cooperative learning? What is cooperative learning? Cooperative learning means that provides teacher with effective ways to respond to diverse students by prompting academic achievement and class and cross cultural understanding. In cooperative learning method, Uh, Here, the teacher is given chance, is given for responding the diverse students. Diverse students means in a class there are many types of students such as more intelligent student, less intelligent student, average type of students, and the teacher is one. The teacher's responsibility is to to deal with all the students. Cooperatively, the students learn, and in cooperative learning, the student learning progress helps other students to learn more. And here what happens? Heterogeneous group should be there. That means in group different types of students are there from language minority in a class in higher education. What happens? Suppose in a university the students they learn from different corners of the country, from Karnataka, from Odisha, from West Bengal, from other states. But all these students they do not know different regional languages. Therefore, English is the language by which teaching learning takes place. This is corporate learning, and in corporate learning, what happens? The students they work together. The students they work together. And how can we organize corporate learning? Next point is organizing corporate learning. First, formation is to be done. Group formation. And the topics that should be first chosen. Topics is to be chosen. And the students should be oriented. They should be given training how to conduct the session. And conducting in order to conduct cooperative learning session, time is allotted. Time is allotted, and all the groups carry and take part in this process. And another that is the group investigation. The students, all the students of a group, they can conduct investigation whether the teacher's teaching is effective or their individual learning is effective. This is also being done, and this is very much essential for the students. So this is all about our third unit. Next, we shall now start the fourth unit. In fourth unit, topic is evolving instructional strategies. How instructional strategies are evolved, how it takes place. What is instructional strategy? The techniques or the process by which the teacher uses in the classroom for imparting learning experiences. And it is a process of instruction to improve performance of the learner. So when the teacher uses good technique of teaching, good methodology, or good evaluation procedure, the students' achievement will be progressed. And here, what is to be learned, on what basis the teacher's teaching is based? You know, Bloom's taxonomy of educational objectives, knowledge, skill. Do you know? Knowledge, understanding, analysis. You tell systematically. First is knowledge, second is understanding, third is application, fourth is that is the analysis, synthesis, evaluation. These things are to be thought, are to be taken into consideration, and by which cognitive level of the students that is being developed. And knowledge is the most important objective of cognitive domain under which or by which the students can develop their intelligence level, or the students they can understand, they can gain different instructional objectives, and these objectives are knowledge, understanding, or comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis. This comes under the cognitive domain, and the students they should know all these things. What is knowledge? Knowledge is the lowest objective, is the lowest objective of all the 6 objectives, and evaluation is the objective which is more important, and it is the higher objective of cognitive domain. And this is all these objectives are necessary for teaching learning progress. Whenever the teacher wants to teach a particular topic, the teacher thinks about all these objectives, and also there are other objectives under affective domain. What are the objectives under affective domain or psychomotor domain? In affective domain, receiving, responding, and what is then? First, I will discuss one by one. First, what is the receiving? Under affective domain, receiving is the lowest objective. That means whenever the teacher teaches, first the students receive. Suppose an example, the teacher teaches a particular unit, and the teacher asks a question. The students then respond. If the students they do not understand, they do not respond. Therefore, how learning is imparted, how the students they can receive the learning instructs or learning material, that the teacher adopts so many methods. Then only after after knowing the content of a topic, the question which is being put by the teacher, the students they can respond which is the second step, that is the response. And what is the next valuing? Affective domain includes valuing. That means the students, the worth of a particular student attaches to a particular object, phenomena, or behavior. Valuing means the behavior what the students they gain, they can demonstrate, they can expose their answers, and they can be tested by the teacher. This is valuing. And next is, that is the what I was discussing, that in affective domain. ଶୁଭୁଛି କ'ଣ କହୁଛି? ହ୍ୟାଲୋ
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍
ହ୍ୟାଲୋ।
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍
ହଁ କାହିଁକିନା ମୁଁ ମଝିରେ ମଝିରେ ମତେ ଟିକେ ନ କହିଲେ ମୁଁ ଜାଣିପାରିବିନି କାହିଁକିନା ତମେ ଶୁଣିପାରୁଛ କି ନାହିଁ। ହଁ ତେଣୁ ଆଚ୍ଛା, then affective domain, you know affective domain, and you know psychomotor domain. What is psychomotor domain? Can you tell me what is psychomotor? Psychomotor कौन? Psychomotor. हाँ, fourth one is characterization of a value. Characterization of a value or value complex. How the students at this level they hold a value system that controls one behavior for a consistent and periodic and predictable. What is to be predicated, that is to be known from this value complex, and this is very much essential for the students learning. Here then we can also discuss now the psychomotor domain. Psychomotor domain under a concurrency, first reflex movements, second that is basic fundamental abilities, third perceptual abilities, fourth physical abilities, fifth skilled movements. Psychomotor means, psych means mind, motor means action. Psychomotor it means both the mind and motor ability of the learners takes place. This is the psychomotor domain, and different objectives are there. And now we will discuss the instructional objectives and terminal behavior. What is instructional objective we have discussed, and what is terminal or behavior now we can discuss. What is terminal behavior? Suppose the students are given some learning content. The teacher is teaching the content, and the teacher after teaching what knowledge the students they have gathered, that is known as the actual or term, that is known as the actual behavior, That is known as the expected behavior. Suppose, let me explain. Suppose the teacher teaches a particular topic. The teacher knows that whatever the contents are there in this particular topic, all the things the students they cannot achieve. So this is known as actual terminal. Terminal means at the end of the teaching. At the end of the teaching, what behavior actually the students have achieved, that is known as the actual terminal behavior. And what is expected terminal behavior? Knowledge, understanding, analysis, knowledge, understanding, application, analysis, synthesis, evaluation,